The second stop on the flyway is Stuttgart, Arkansas, the waterfowl capital of the world. Stuttgart is home of some of the most passionate waterfowlers in the country, and the duck hunting roots here run deep.
I do it because I have to do it, man. I'd bust wide open if I couldn't.
Duck hunting is built into the Stuttgart community's DNA. We wanted to find hunters who were passionate waterfowlers, but hunting the 60-day season just wasn't enough for them, and guys that took it just a little bit further than the rest. So we met up with Stuttgart born and raised Morgan and Taylor Gwynn, who live and breathe for managing and killing ducks. We really wanted to dive deep into what makes these boys tick, what makes Morgan and Taylor obsessed with waterfowl. What makes them think about ducks and waterfowl for 365 days a year, and what makes them buy a farm and transform that 521 acres into a waterfowl mecca.
Welcome to Arkansas. We're here today in front of Mack's Prairie Wings, arguably one of the most sought-out retail destinations for waterfowling in the Southeast. Today we're meeting our buddies Taylor and Morgan. We're gonna grab some gear, and these boys are fixing to show us the difference between a hobby waterfowler and a hardcore waterfowler. Y'all come on. What's up, fellas?
What's up, big man?
Not much, brother. We made it in one piece.
Yes, sir.
We brought some pretty weather with us. Y'all ready?
Oh, yeah. I hope you brought your jacket because it's going to get cold out there.
I'm going to have to get one more, and then
Yes,
I'll be
sir.
ready. Y'all give me a good duck report.
Man, we got a bunch of ducks.
Awesome. Man, I can't wait. I'm excited. We're loaded now. Has it slowed down since Christmas, or has it just been this crazy since then?
It's been crazy since then. Hasn't stopped.
Joe.
Yes, sir.
Man, it'd be so much easier if you weren't so ugly.
Now big clap. Give me another big old clap.
Big slapper.
Morgan and Taylor Gwynn are two brothers from Arkansas who cut their teeth waterfowling on the Arkansas Delta. If that wasn't enough, in 2020, they started their own waterfowl outfitting business called CUS Outdoors. When you want to talk about wildlife management and waterfowl management in particular, these two boys purchased and transformed a 521-acre block of timber into a waterfowl mecca.
Got a couple 40s full of hops and fun. Looking for a good time, gotta live it up. Leave behind the city, hop inside.
We went and bought a 521 acre block of woods, and we built levees around it. We're going in, we zero graded some fields in the middle of it to grow little rice holes. We're developing the road system, we're developing the levee system, the drainage systems. We put rest areas on each side of our timber. You know, that's going to give us the best shot of keeping them, first off, localized in our area, and then trafficking back and forth so we get a shot at them. It's a numbers game. You know, if I have 10,000 ducks hanging around my woods, you know, the opportunity for us to trick 20 or 30 of them in the morning is pretty good.
Anything goes, life of the party with the feature of the show. You already know.
That right there is 100% Arkansas. Mallards just getting poured out by the big man himself right here on top of you. If that doesn't get you going, that's awesome.
We're about to get down, saying, hey, y'all, howdy, let's get rowdy tonight. Oh,
And what's even crazier about this isn't even Morgan and Taylor's full-time job. Both Morgan and Taylor both hold full-time jobs. Morgan is an engineer, and Taylor runs a tractor dealership.
We would literally drive to an oxbow lake,
put our decoys in it with a paddle, and we would paddle half a mile down to shoot a limit of wood ducks. The wood ducks would stop flying at 7. We would take our waders off, go kill a limit of squirrels, and we would come back to the truck and come home. That afternoon, we'd go catch enough fish that a man there in Hampton would pay us for the fish, and it would give us enough money. We could get to the duck hole for $10 of gas, and a box of Winchesters were $9.99, and we could literally go hunting the next day, and we've done that every day that we possibly could.
You know, you can be a hardcore waterfowler and hunt public. You know, those guys grind it out. I was one of those. For me now, being hardcore is doing a 365. Every day of the year, we're thinking about them. We're developing properties. We're, you know, we're growing food. We're acquiring land. For us, that's what I would say was a hardcore waterfowler. Somebody that just lives and breathes it and can't do anything but think about that. And I believe that's where we are. You know, we want to kill them.
I wanted to get a feel for just how nuts these boys were about waterfowl. So me and the boys headed out into the Arkansas Delta to try to get on some ducks.
Hey, just be glad we're not in the rattlesnake hole over there. You don't even want to know.
This spot here, we call it our leaking levee hole because every time we fill it up during the summer to irrigate our rice, the water drains out. So it's constant, but this is a hole we came in. We have a natural slough that runs just to the north of us here. And then this is a hole that we came in and zero graded for irrigation purposes to grow our rice. We come in here in middle of June and drill rice in here. We'll get it up. We spray it, fertilize it just like a farmer would do. It's gonna run a couple dozen decoys, a lot of motion. We're gonna leave the mojos in the bags for now just because there's no sun, but I think it'll be good. We're gonna give this a shot. Hopefully the sun pops out about 8 o'clock, and if it does, they should get right. We'll kill a few here first thing too. So. Good to go? Sweet. Kill him. Make sure that duck's dead.
Crazy, really.
Kill him. Yeah, I was like, man, we got to get that one. It was perfect.
Get a group of 5, 10 to do that right there. We'll be okay.
It's a passion. I mean, from an early age, we grew up hunting them. Our father taking us as we were small, and man, it's the hunt of them. It's the drive. It's the time, the effort. You're trying to outsmart nature. And when you can have a duck that's coming from Canada hunting over 12 Dakota decoys and 4 mojos each and every day all the way down, and we can get them here and we can have a client in a blind, or have myself or my kids in a blind, and they can have a duck at 30 yards and shoot him, man, you just outsmarted nature.
We care about the ducks, we care about our hunters, you know, we care about our properties. We want to give the best shot we have to have a successful hunt the next day and the next year and the next year, the next decade. You know, that's what we're looking for. You know, you can go in and shoot a spot out, or, you know, hunt it all day long and have some success on some days. But man, it's these hard days like we've hunted, you know, with the inclement weather, the clouds, hard winds, you know, that's kind of what we're setting ourselves up for, all conditions. You know, have ducks every day of the year.
What would you tell somebody that thinks they want to do this? Not only the guiding aspect of it, but the jumping out there and buying a place to build for ducks. What kind of advice would you give them?
Say you better love it. You better be sick for it. You know, you better be something that you lose sleep over, something that, you know, you won't stop until it's done. Because, man, that's when a guide or a conservationist, that's when you make or break yourself, is when nobody else wants to do it. You know, when you're out turning wells on at 9 o'clock at night with a 25-mile-an-hour north wind and it's 30 degrees, that right there is when, you know, you separate yourself from somebody that's doing it as a novice or somebody that's doing it hardcore.